they come in.
One more thing before I start this video, make sure you guys have joined both the Discord servers in the description below. We have a COD mobile glitching server as well as a Cold War glitching server, both of which are extremely active. Also, if you want to, consider joining the channel as we have many perks to choose from. Yo, what's up guys? Today I have another video for you on Call of Duty Mobile. This time it is going to be all of the best sniper spots. Number 2, I'm just going to be doing all of the rest of the maps that I have on my list here. And then I'll be doing another third one, any additional spots that I have on any of the other maps that I haven't covered in the last 2 videos. But anyways, let's just get right into this. We have Crossfire, Firing Range, Acne Yard, Meltdown, Nuketown, Raid, and Standoff. So we have a lot to get into in this video. Let's not waste any time. And yeah. So the first spot on Crossfire, let me just say one thing real quick. Some of these are very, very well-known spots, and some of the well-known spots I just decided to leave out. But this Crossfire spot is insane. You guys already know this one. Down the entire map. You can use any sniper with this, but I definitely like the Outlaw and the DLQ for this. I love the Outlaw on this map for some reason. Crossfire with the Outlaw, to me, I played it for a long time before I used the DLQ, so that's just what I got used to. For some reason, the Outlaw just feels a little bit smoother to me, but I definitely have gotten used to the DLQ a lot more now in recent times. So the next spot, like I said, is in the other spawn. It's, like I said, another well-known, very, very, very well-known spot. This has been used since COD 4. It is one of the best sniper spots, probably in any Call of Duty game. But there is one issue that you see here. There's a wall. So you're going to want to make sure that you shoot above the wall when you're actually going to hit him. Or else the bullets will not count for some reason. So in this last little spot here is just right behind the car. This is another great cross map spot that a lot of people know about. This one is one that actually not too many people go and sit in because they don't really think it's a great spot. But if you find the right line of sight, you will be able to pick people off very, very easily. So now heading over to the upstairs part of the other spawn. Again, we're going back to the spawn we started off in. We're going to go up on top of cushions on the chairs, and we're going to sit right in the corner. And this is an amazing spot for sitting across the entire map. Now, I haven't seen too many people actually cover or talk about this spot ever, so I thought this would be pretty cool to show you guys. It's not one that I really use a lot, but that's because I don't really snipe in the buildings at all. I just like to sit in the 2 main downstairs spots, sniping across spawns. So the next spot here is another well-known spot. Crossfire is going to have a lot of well-known spots because this is an insane sniper map. But this one is, again, just behind the green car. It's kind of like the green car spot for the opposite spawn. They both have pretty good spots, and this one is insane for picking people off right when they spawn in from the A flag. It's very, very nice for that. So now we're actually on firing range. I didn't want to cover too many Crossfire spots because I know a lot of you guys already know all about Crossfire and how to snipe on that map. So we're going to get into some of the other maps now. This map right here has quite a few good spots. The first one here is actually, like you see here, it's a glitch spot, but you can snipe insanely well from this spot. You can see pretty much down the entire map in the middle, and you have a pretty good coverage of B if you wanted that. You could see through the trailers into the buildings, no problem. This spot's one of the best sniper spots on the map that I don't see too many people utilizing it because it's probably just a glitch spot. Not a lot of people want to get banned. So the next spot here is actually a pretty unique one. You stand on the table in the back of the other spawn. You can see right through the little window to actually get a pretty clear line of sight down the entire map. This one is the opposite side. You can see pretty much everyone sitting on the other side of the spawn that we were just actually in. So yeah, if you see someone sitting up here from the other spot, snipe him. If you see someone on top of the table in the other spot that you were in, snipe him. That's all I can say. So the next one here is pretty well-known spot in my opinion, but this one's still pretty good for domination because they always love to run up this side. They always love to do it. Yeah, this spot right here, you just aim down the sight through the little crates and you will have a pretty clear line of sight. Now you can actually also turn around right here. A very good spot just for a mini camp out if you want to have 1 to 2 minute quick camp out session real quick. Here's another kind of well-known one. I've seen quite a few people sitting back here, but this one is one of the best ones for having a clear line of sight without having to do too much work for it. Just sit behind the green car in this map, and you'll be able to have an insane line of sight down to the C flag spawn. This map has quite a few long-range distance shots, and if you're going for long shot kills, Crossfire or firing range, I would definitely recommend it. So for Acne Yard, I haven't seen too many people do any spots on here, so this is a very good map to cover. The first one is actually right in the spawn of C-Flag. If you go behind the barrels and then just sit and wait, you will definitely be able to pick someone off very easily running from their spawn. I would recommend trying this out at the start of the match. It's probably the best bet to do, honestly. The next spot here is in the opposite spawn. It's another spawn shot, and this one's pretty dope because you can just climb up the crate and you already have an insane line of sight over the entire map. Like I said, just climb up the crate right in spawn, and that's literally it. You line of sight of the entire map. So the next spot here is a little bit of parkour, but it's definitely worth it because you have some hiddenness in this spot, I guess. So you just run along the wall here, come behind this, and then you are in a pretty dope advantage point, and you have some cover behind you, at least for the lower half, or some cover in front of you, I should say, for the lower half. And this spot again, across the entire map spot, and you can actually see some more spots you couldn't with other one. You can see around the edge of the building for the right side, and you can also see a little bit further next to the tower. You can see some spots over there that you couldn't see before. This spot's one that I would definitely recommend to try out if you're going to try out any of them on Hack. This one is going to be another glitch spot that I had to throw in this video because this one is a ledge, but you will be able to pick people off almost anywhere on the map that you really want to. They're not going to be expecting to look up here, especially if they're at a long distance, which is probably what you're going to be going for here. They're not going to look up here to start shooting, and if they do start shooting you from that distance, you will be able to easily snipe them off. So this spot's one that I would definitely recommend you guys try as well if you're going to go on Acne Yard to try to complete some camos for the snipers. Now we're actually on to the next map here. It is going to be Meltdown. We're going to have some more glitch spots in here. You guys know I am a glitcher. I love glitches. It's what I post, and it's what I like to show you guys. This spot here is a very good glitch spot for sniping in public match or in 1v1s, honestly, if you wanted to. They're not going to look up here if at all, unless they're running down the stairs. That's literally the only reason they would come to look for you, or actually even see you. I'm sorry. You can see down two of the paths that you can actually run through in the map, and you have a clear shot of the entire Meltdown. So yeah, I think the spot is definitely not insanely powerful, but it is very useful for people running in these directions. Now the next one here is actually a very cool one in my opinion. It is going to be on top of the truck. You can see people through the other window on the opposite side of the map, so you can easily pick them off with no problem. I'll show you guys some of the other spots. This is mainly for picking people off through the window on the other side of the map. This spot I know you guys will find some use in. There's always people sitting in these windows. I'm glad I came up with the spot, honestly. So the next spot here is actually just going to be one of the basic ones. You guys know this one. It's the window that we were just camping in that we picked a person off in. We're going to go sit up there now. And if you're doing this right, you actually be able to dodge a lot of the bullets that come up to you. But if you're getting sniped at through here, it's kind of difficult then. But just play careful and don't rely on that spot too much. Definitely to get a quick few kills, that's a very good spot, but if you're going in for the long run, don't go to that spot. I also have another mini spot right here. If you go behind this blue little barrel, you can have a pretty good line of sight down where people run up the stairs opposite of, it's right by C. I don't know how to explain the map, I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain the maps to you that well, but on the opposite side of the C flag, you'll be able to see down that sight very well, and I think this spot's very good for if you're running and you want to stop there for 2 seconds, look, and then keep going. That's probably what that spot would be used. Next spot here is a pretty cool and unique one as well. I came up with this, I think. I haven't seen really too many people come on and sniping from this spot. Pretty much you just want to come and then run along the windowsill. It's kind of tricky, but you will be able to see how to do it, and you will be able to get it done pretty fast. Don't worry about it there, but once you're in this spot, you're gonna have to hold to the right if you want to sit up here for a quick second and try and pick some people off across the map. It's definitely a very sturdy spot that you can see quite a bit of the map. You can see other spots down the spawn that you couldn't see before for C flag, and I think this spot is definitely one of the most powerful ones if you could actually stay on there without having to hold to the right. Now here we have another one. This one is glitch spot on the opposite side. I didn't cover this when I covered the other one. I should have just did it back to back. On the other side, you can see down the same exact spots that you could before, just on the opposite side of the map. You can see down the entire meltdown reactor again. So these two spots, like I said, are going to be very good for picking people off that actually use these traffic. People that go these directions are very, very good for those spots. So actually, we're going to be on Nuketown now. So we're on the third to last map, I think. Some of these spots obviously are going to be very, very obvious. You guys will know a lot of them. On this map, they are a tiny bit different just because of the dimensions of the buildings and the dimension of the map layout and stuff like that. But for the most part, they are the exact same. You can just go run through and then pick people off on the side of the building to the right from the C flag point, from the left from the ace. This spot is very good. It's one of the most iconic sniper spots, I think, in any COD. Now the next spot here, you need gravity spikes. This is a mini glitch spot, but this spot's very good for one reason. I'm going to tell you that. It's because you can see through the window that the person is camping at for a flag in the green building pretty much. If someone's ever sitting in the window, it's a safe bet to say if you get up here, they're not going to be up there for very much longer after that. You can see through pretty much the entire part that they're going to be camping out of, unless they're for some reason sitting to the far left. You probably might not be able to see them, but you'll be able to pick them off pretty easily anywhere in that window, as long as they're shooting out at another player probably. That's going to be how you pick them off. So this spot is definitely one of my favorite ones for Nuketown. You can also pick people off in the same spot that you could pick them off from the spawn shots. Now from here, for the other spawn, what we're going to be doing is getting on top of the green car, and then we're going to be taking a jump shot pretty much and trying to get people out of that window. This works pretty well. It's not as good as the other one, but this still works. If someone's camping in that window and you want to try and pick them off sneakily, this is very good. You can also sit behind the car and have a head glitch for the B flag. You will definitely have an insane head glitch for this. You can shoot above the car, but pretty much everything else on you is below the car. Very good spot. So now for the fourth spot, here we have pretty much, we're going to be gravity spiking to this shed and going to be doing kind of the same exact thing. Like I said, this spot's a little bit harder to actually hit the person, but you can definitely still hit them with no problem. It's just they have to be standing pretty close to the window for this one. For some reason, you'd definitely be able to make some people mad if they're camping in the window with this shot right here, because it's definitely a cool one to hit. And if someone gets a kill cam like this, they're not going to be too happy, I promise you. So now we're actually going to be moving to the next map, which is going to be Raid. The first spot here is one of the most iconic sniper spots in Call of Duty history as well. You just run up the stairs, or if you're going from the other spawn, A spawn, run through the building. It's a hectic battle from the get-go. Sniping ensues, gun battle ensues right from the start. Chaos ensues once these two teams meet right here. Gunfight ensues. There's a whole bunch of sniper battles. If you are good with this, you'll be able to get an easy 3 kills. I would have to say 2 to 3 kills easy, no problem. So the next spot is again another well-known spot, but if you can sit up here and do it well, you will be able to get some very nice kills, because this spot is actually one of the main spawns for enemies. They will either spawn in the basketball court, or will spawn right outside of it, so they're going to be expecting you right there. They're going to keep coming back for more, and you can just keep getting more kills. If you want to milk some bots or something like that, definitely go ahead and try out this spot. So this next spot's actually going to be kind of cool in my opinion. The first one's kind of a well-known one. You just sit in the basketball court, whatever. You have a pretty good line of sight down 2 stretches of the map, at least, through the spawn and then down by the water. But if you actually go ahead and jump on top of the little cement block thing, whatever's sitting there, and you can actually get a pretty good line of sight through the window that people will be camping in. The last spot that I actually just showed you, this is a very good and easy way to pick people off that are camping in there if we go and stand on top of this right here. So definitely would recommend you go ahead and try that out. So the next spot here, I haven't seen too many people sit up here, but it's kind of, again, a well-known spot. It's just you go and sit in the back. I don't know what it's called. It's by B flag. It's down that little stretch. It's by the C flag spawn though. You just go and sit, and you will have a clear view of the entire that side of the entire map. Pretty much, you'll have a pretty good coverage of B flag, and anyone that tries to run, sneak, any of that, you will be able to see them no problem from this spot. And having a sniper here, it's a very useful tool to have. So okay guys, we are on the last map now. I feel like I've been commentating for almost 20 minutes. That's because I have been, but there will be quite a few cuts here, so you guys aren't going to hear the full 20 minutes, thankfully. The first spot on Standoff is a very well-known spot, but there's actually one line of sight that you can do to make this spot that much more useful, and you make yourself that much more hidden to the enemy. And I'm showing you guys that right here. Usually people will just sit in the window, but if you go and sit in the spot right here, you'll be able to have a much better line of sight, and you'll be able to actually hide much better from the enemy if he's sitting in the window as well. So the next spot is just going to be right here. Actually, it's going to be sitting behind the blue van, aiming at the gas station spawn. This is a key spawn for a lot of game modes, pretty much almost all of them, except destroy, obviously. You'll be able to spawn camp a lot of people, depending on where their spawns actually are and your teammates are on that. But there will be always at least 1 or 2 people that spawn in here. So you can take advantage of this spot if you want. You're in a pretty good head glitch, and actually be able to pick people off running down the side by the alley to the gas station. This is a pretty good line of sight for those 2 spots. So the next spot here is another glitch spot, but this one I think you guys will find a lot of use in as well, especially for domination, covering your own C flag. And there's a lot of people that like to just run through these spots, so foot traffic here is very well for sniper kills. But just be careful for being in a gun battle up here, because you can't move around too much, but if you need to move back and forth laterally, you can do so pretty easily. And if you jump down, you don't need any specialist or score streak to get up. You can just get right back up. So if you want to sit up here, see people, pick them off, or if you want to just sit up here, see people, and then jump down to pick them off, one of the best tactics that you could probably use. So next spot here is actually just the other side of the spawn for the window. I decided to throw this in here because although it's a well-known spot, it's one of the best standoff sniper spots, period, whether you like it or not. The last spot that we're actually going to have in here is one that I think a lot of you guys will think is interesting and will find use in. I've seen some people use the sniper spot, but it's still something that I would consider not a well-known spot. You can actually see some insane advantage points from this spot. As you see me snipe him through that door, there's always someone sitting there for some reason, so you'll be able to easily get them, no problem. You will see all of B flag, no problem. And anyone running down the center of the map or the side by A flag, you will be able to easily see them and pick them off as well. That's actually going to be the end of this video though. If you did like it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, please join the Discord servers in the description below. We're at over 2,000 members in the glitching server for COD Mobile. We're almost at 2,000 for Cold War, so if you play Cold War, definitely check the server out. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for this video. Yeah, I hope you did like it, like I said, and that's really all I have to say. Peace out.
Why you focus on being good? I'm focused on being great. My ADP makes it so impossible to wait, and I really want it now. I'm rapping it with the passion. It's swimming, we steady lapping. I just need it all to happen. The posse is not a 10, your dream is clear.